People who got their first job late in life. How? Take any entry-level position you can find. Shipping, factory, delivery, fast food, retail. Once you've got some work experience, you can start exploring other options. I'm early 40s and just got my first job ever after a lifetime of being a stay-at-home mom. It was intimidating. My resume kinda sucked, but I knew I'd interview okay. I just needed an interview. I am not too good at computers and don't see how my skills translate to useful qualifications either. I applied at entry-level positions and didn't set my sights too high. I ended up getting the first job I applied for. I'm making above minimum wage and working in a kitchen at a college. It's a pretty decent gig. I wish you luck. Keep your head up and keep at it. If I can do it, you can do it. Didn't get my first full-time job till 34 here, so I feel you. I got on getting my degree late, so didn't have my bachelor's till 30. Then though I had a nearly 4.0 GPA, I learned nobody cares and it was all about connections, so I spent 3.5 years unemployed. I finally caught a break because someone at the career center of my old alma mater knew a VP who owes her a favor and got me an interview. Got the job and it's been a year since, with no issues other than adjusting to salaried full-time office life. What have you been doing for the past 10-15 years instead of working? I'm not asking that to be combative. I'm asking because, as a hiring manager, I would want to know, and I'm curious to see how you answer. Be a security guard and be willing to work graveyard shift. Contract security, e.g. Securitas, Allied Universal, plus unarmed plus graveyard shift equals you'll get posted at a truck yard somewhere ingating and outgating trucks for half your shift, while the other half you get to play video games. You're not an enforcer or a Rambo. You're just an observe and report, mobile camera. The client only wants you on site because their insurance gives them a discount to have a warm body on property at all times. I was working 6,070-hour weeks and didn't have a set schedule for months, but the money allowed me to really turn things around. I wish I had spent my time doing online classes instead of messing around with video games though. Show up to your interview dressed nice and you'll be leagues above the normal trash that they hire. They really just want warm bodies. You just have to start. Take any job and start the journey. This whole post is so funny. Just stop being like, I don't have a job and want one. Then people like, here are a dozen ways to get a job, and op is just like, nah. JW. How have you lived? Like, what do you do if you aren't making money? After reading your comments here, a lot of the problem seems to be you. Your attitude sucks. Apply for internships. Apply for work in retail or pick up jobs off Facebook. Most schools have some sort of job program through them too. No? Go to your school and ask for help finding jobs. Also, how did you afford school this whole time while not working? Get any job you can get your hands on. I'm 24 and never even had an internship or anything. I started applying for jobs 2 months ago and applied for any kind of entry-level job available. After a lot of rejections, I finally got a job as a consultant and will start tomorrow. Pay is very less, but I gotta start somewhere. And I got a remote job and I hear it's harder to get that, but I still got it, so I am sure you can get one too. Learn a trade. As long as your body works fairly well to start as an apprentice. Even if the pay is low to you, it is a lot better than unemployment. Become a laborer? If you can't find an entry-level customer service or waitstaff position, you need to start volunteering. Flesh out your resume that way. You're basically where most teenagers start. which means you need to stay humble and remind yourself no position is too low for you right now. Do volunteer stuff, low-paying gigs for at least a year and get some experience. From reading the comments from Op, it seems clear due to autism and other things you might have issues with social interactions. In the comments you come across as combative and argumentative, so I can imagine that extends to in-person interactions. I've heard from a few hiring managers that unless it's a highly technical career, they hire the person they want to spend 8 hours a day around. I would recommend you take some interview classes. When I was looking for a new job, I attended interview seminars where they gave you tips and tricks for interviews and then had you practice with the instructors. They gave you feedback on what you did well and poorly. Also try to expand your social circle. Join clubs. Find a group to play games with. Volunteer at an organization. All these things can help expand your social skills. I would really like to know how you got to 31 without any job experience. Not judging, just curious. However, my advice: can you drive an automobile legally? If no, get a driver's license. Then broaden your search to wider than your immediate area. When you can drive legally, apply at the post office, FedEx or UPS as a delivery driver. In that order. Shortages of employees are so tight now that one of the 3 of these places will hire you in an at least 50-mile radius of where you live. Good luck. I wish you well. Tell us how it goes. Have you babysat before? Volunteered? Because those are things you can put on your resume. It shows you're responsible and caring. If you haven't and you absolutely can't get a job, do some volunteer work for a bit. That will give you some experience depending on what you're volunteering for. Pretty sure you're not trying hard as you think. Most fast food places, in the US at least, will hire 16-year-olds. I'm pretty sure they have less experience. Life experience if nothing else. Take anything. The clock really is ticking loudly, friend. Started taking courses that could help me in a bunch of different fields. Mostly for office-type jobs. I now have an office job. The courses I took were all through the local high school's continuing education program, so they were like $30 a pop. Why don't you try some online freelancer work? Nowadays there are many opportunities: writing, translation, video editing, programming, being personal assistant, everything online. Then when you look for a job, just say you're a freelancer. You said you have autism, so maybe you need to work on your interpersonal abilities?
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. TooAfraidToAsk is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.